Jesus, won't you come by here? 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 Right now is a needed time. Right now is a needed time. Jesus, won't you come by here? Right now is a needed time. Right now is a needed time. Jesus, won't you come by here? But I can't stay long. I come by, but I can't stay long. Jesus, won't you come by here? I come by, but I can't stay long. I come by, but I can't stay long. Jesus, won't you come by here? I write down on my knees and prayed. I write down on my knees and pray. Jesus, won't you come by here? I write down on my knees and pray. I write down on my knees and pray. Jesus, won't you come by here? Hallelujah.
So, are you into that one because of the blues tune or because of the Christian? Like, how does the Christianity fit into your profile?
Right, that's a good question.
I'm curious.
That is a very good question because, as a lover and purveyor of the blues, it's hard to sing that without touching on God or the Lord or Jesus.
Yeah.
And of course, being raised in the church and being, young and even confirmed in the United Church, that was just a way of life, and I love gospel music. I love black gospel music, and as far as Christianity goes, it's taken a beating. It's taking a beating right now.
Yeah.
It's taken a beating, but as I say, sorry about that.
You can get that if you need to. You're a pretty important guy these days.
Oh, that was okay. It's taken a beating right now, but when it comes to the residential schools and the Catholic Church, et cetera, it wasn't Jesus that did that. In fact, I'd like to know, what would Jesus think? What would have Jesus done? And so for myself, I put him over here, and I deal with how people used his word and used religion for their own twisted purposes.
Yeah.
It's a difficult subject, but there's a lot of Christian people in First Nations that go to church. I mean, my mother goes faithfully to church every Sunday.
Well, there's Christians everywhere.
Everywhere.
I mean, there's
all over the world, right?
Yeah.
But right now, it's a real difficult time. But being a historian and being one who informs himself continuously, I have to compartmentalize my view of what's going on, or what has gone on in the residential school issue, and compartmentalize that and look at that, through that lens. And as far as, the evolution of Christianity, I think that's a different animal altogether. But as a historian, I kind of protect the church in Alderville as well, because it's a historical building. Our community was established in 1835. The survey took place in 1835. Our people moved there in 1837, and of course the church was very influential in that. But as a historical building built in 1870, the first generation of people that moved from the Bay of Quinte to Alderville, they sat in that church. And so historically, it's of great importance in that regard. But again, it's a difficult time. Christianity's taking a beating right now.
I think a lot of the powers that have been are taking a beating, and right now it's this. There seems to be no hiding from the past anymore. It's coming out in so many different ways.
Well put. No hiding.
It's just a really strange time, and I think it's a good time, but it also comes with a lot of discovery and discovery. I shouldn't have even. My wife was talking to me about discovery the other day. She's been listening to the CBC podcast every day, and then we have a chat about it. And she was telling me about the use of that word, and it's one of those things that just kind of hit me about sort of how much I still have to learn about it all.
Speaking of discovery, there was 182 more unmarked graves found today at another site. So even that word has taken on a different connotation. Yeah,
it's a really strange and difficult time for everybody.
And I've been getting